You're eating clean, tracking macros, hitting protein targets, maybe even supplementing zinc and vitamin D. You think you're doing everything right for testosterone and performance, but your body's still underperforming. Lower libido, weak erections, zero morning wood. And you're confused because you've eliminated junk food, you're training hard, and you're doing what every fitness channel told you to do. Here's what no one mentions. The problem isn't what you're eating now, it's what you ate for years before you started caring. Your endocrine system doesn't reset overnight. Your dopamine pathways don't reboot because you meal prepped chicken and broccoli for 3 weeks. And your vascular health doesn't magically recover because you stopped drinking soda. You've been running your hormonal system into the ground for years, and now you're expecting a 2-week diet change to undo systemic damage. That's not how biology works. Your testosterone production depends on healthy Leydig cells in the testes responding correctly to luteinizing hormone signals from your pituitary gland. When you consume chronic inflammatory foods, ultra-processed oils, excess sugar, and endocrine disruptors for years, you create systemic insulin resistance, chronic low-grade inflammation, and hormonal signaling dysfunction. The testicles receive the signal to produce testosterone, but the cellular machinery is compromised. The raw materials are there, but the factory is damaged. Simultaneously, your aromatase enzyme activity increases. Aromatase converts testosterone into estrogen. When you're carrying excess visceral fat, chronically inflamed and insulin-resistant, aromatase works overtime. You're not just producing less testosterone, you're converting what little you make into estrogen faster than normal. So even if your diet improves today, your body is still operating with the metabolic dysfunction you built over the last 5 to 10 years. Your vascular endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, has been exposed to oxidative stress and glycation from years of poor dietary choices. This damages nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is essential for vasodilation and blood flow to the penis. Without adequate nitric oxide signaling, erections are weak or impossible, regardless of your testosterone levels. Eating clean for 2 weeks doesn't repair endothelial cells. They regenerate slowly and only if you maintain consistent low inflammation and proper nutrient intake.
This doesn't mean your current diet is pointless. It's not. Eliminating processed foods, seed oils, and refined sugars absolutely stops further damage. Your body will begin repairing insulin sensitivity. Inflammation markers will drop. Aromatase activity will slowly normalize as visceral fat decreases. These are real, measurable improvements. But here's the disconnect. Those improvements support baseline health. They create the conditions for hormonal recovery. They don't directly trigger it. You're removing the brake, but you're not pressing the accelerator. The body can only heal as fast as cellular turnover allows. Leydig cells regenerate. Endothelial cells regenerate. But this happens over months, not days. Your diet is correct. Your expectations are not. The habit isn't wrong, it's misapplied to an unrealistic timeline.
So you double down, you cut carbs even lower, you add more supplements, you start intermittent fasting longer, you're trying to force the result faster. This is where you biologically sabotage yourself. Severe caloric restriction increases cortisol. Cortisol directly suppresses luteinizing hormone and reduces testicular testosterone production. Your body interprets extreme dieting as a survival threat. Reproductive function is not a priority during perceived starvation. Testosterone drops, libido disappears. You think you're optimizing, but you've activated a stress response that shuts down the exact system you're trying to fix. Overtraining does the same thing. Excessive training volume without adequate recovery raises cortisol and inflammatory cytokines. This further impairs the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. You're compounding hormonal suppression while believing you're boosting it. The harder you push, the worse your testosterone and sexual function become. Your effort is biologically correct in theory, but catastrophic in application.
The myth is this: if I just find the right foods or supplements, my testosterone will skyrocket and everything will work again. This belief exists because supplement companies and fitness influencers profit from selling you the idea that there's a magic nutrient stack that reverses years of damage in weeks. There isn't.
No food on Earth has the pharmacological potency to override systemic metabolic dysfunction. Oysters don't fix insulin resistance. Grass-fed beef doesn't repair damaged Leydig cells. Ashwagandha doesn't reverse aromatase hyperactivity caused by chronic inflammation. These foods and supplements support an already functional system. They provide micronutrients and cofactors that optimize enzymatic processes when the underlying biology is healthy, but they can't rescue a broken system. You're expecting a screwdriver to rebuild an engine. The tool is fine, the expectation is wrong. Your endocrine system adapted to years of poor input. It will take months of correct input to adapt back. Insulin sensitivity improves noticeably within 4 to 8 weeks of dietary correction. Visceral fat loss and reduced aromatase activity require 12 to 24 weeks of consistent caloric balance and low inflammation. Endothelial repair and improved nitric oxide signaling can take 6 months or longer depending on the severity of prior damage. Testosterone production improves as inflammation decreases, insulin sensitivity restores, and body composition changes. But this is not linear. You won't see weekly increases. You'll see nothing for weeks, then a sudden improvement, then a plateau. That's normal. The body doesn't heal on a marketing timeline. It heals when the biological conditions allow it. If you've spent a decade damaging your system, expecting a full recovery in 3 months is biologically illiterate. The damage was slow. The repair is slow. That's not pessimism. That's physiology.
Stop eating ultra-processed foods, seed oils, and refined sugars. Not because they're toxins, but because they drive chronic inflammation and insulin resistance. Prioritize whole foods, adequate protein, and micronutrient density. Maintain a slight caloric surplus or maintenance, not aggressive deficits. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. Manage life stress where possible. Your body will respond when the conditions are right. Leydig cells will function better. Aromatase will normalize. Nitric oxide production will improve. Blood flow will return. Libido will follow, but only if you stop interfering with the process by overcomplicating it or forcing faster results through extreme measures. The fix isn't food. It's removing the obstacles and giving your biology time to correct itself. That's it.